Today, something changed in one of the most disturbing serial killer cases in recent history. After years of denying everything, a man accused of murdering multiple women over nearly 2 decades is now expected to walk into court and confess. But here's what makes this even more chilling. For years, he lived a completely normal life, a respected architect, a father, a neighbor no one suspected. And yet, behind closed doors, investigators now believe he was hiding something far darker than anyone imagined. Before we go deeper into this case, there's something important you need to know. Right now, your personal information could be floating around online, your name, phone number, even your home address, exposed on data broker websites without you even realizing it. That's where Incogni comes in. Incogni automatically contacts data brokers on your behalf and forces them to delete your personal data. No stress, no manual work. It just runs in the background protecting you. Because cases like this remind us of one thing: you never really know who's watching or what people can find out about you online. If you want to take control of your privacy, check out Incogni using the link in the description. Now, back to the story. The man at the center of all this is Rex Heuermann, a New York architect, accused of killing at least 7 women, and possibly more. For years, authorities believe he targeted vulnerable victims before discarding their remains in remote areas along Gilgo Beach, a case that would go on to haunt investigators, families, and an entire community for decades. It all started back in the early 2000s. One by one, women began disappearing. At first, the cases didn't seem connected. Different names, different times, different circumstances. But then, in 2010, everything changed. Police searching for a missing woman stumbled onto something unexpected: human remains, and then more remains, and then more. What started as a single missing person case quickly turned into one of the most disturbing serial murder investigations in the country. Investigators would later link multiple victims to the same area, many of them young women, many of them never given justice. Years passed, and the case went cold. No suspect, no arrests, just questions and fear. For over a decade, whoever was responsible remained hidden, watching, waiting, living freely, until one small detail changed everything. In 2022, a new task force reopened the case, this time with better technology, better tools, and a fresh perspective. They started re-examining old evidence, phone records, witness statements, vehicle descriptions. And then, something unusual stood out. A witness had described a specific vehicle, a green Chevy Avalanche. That clue would eventually lead them to one man, Rex Heuermann. But that was just the beginning. Investigators didn't stop there. They tracked his movements, analyzed his digital footprint. And then came one of the most unexpected breakthroughs of all: DNA. Recovered from something as ordinary as a discarded pizza crust, that DNA matched evidence found on the victims. And suddenly, the case that had been unsolved for years started to come together. But what they found next made the case even more disturbing. Inside his home, investigators discovered what they described as a planning document, a document that allegedly outlined how to select victims, how to avoid detection, even how to handle evidence. Words like target, dump site, body prep, not just random notes, but something far more calculated, far more intentional. To neighbors, this didn't make sense. People who lived around him described someone quiet, normal, a man who blended in. Even his own family struggled to believe it, saying the person they knew was not capable of something like this. And yet, the evidence kept building, piece by piece, and now, everything may be about to change. After years of pleading not guilty, Rex Heuermann is expected to return to court, and this time, plead guilty. A move that could bring some level of closure to families who have waited years for answers. But it also raises new questions. Why now? Why, after so many years of denial, would he suddenly decide to confess? At the same time, a new legal battle is emerging. One of the victim's family members has filed a lawsuit, not just against him, but against people close to him, claiming they may have known, or should have known, what was happening. Those claims have been strongly denied, with lawyers insisting there is no evidence linking them to the crimes, and this is where the case becomes even more unsettling. Because it forces one uncomfortable question: how does someone live a double life for so long without anyone noticing? A normal job, a normal routine, a normal appearance, while hiding something so dark just beneath the surface. As the court hearing approaches, the world is watching, waiting to hear what he will say, waiting to understand what really happened during those missing years, and possibly how many victims there truly were. Because even if he confesses, this story may be far from over.